Northern Colorado opening up the season on the road. This is the first of 7 consecutive road matches to start off 2023. They started 2022 off with 6 in a row, and away we go. But first, a whistle, and we'll bring it back to the center circle. And there we are. The 2023 campaign for Northern Colorado and Chattanooga now underway here at CHI Memorial Stadium. Benjamin Meyer is our match referee as Ammon tapped it towards the end line. Arthur Rogers pleading for a corner, instead a goal kick for Chattanooga. There is Carlos Aviles, native of Dallas, Texas, second-year starter in net for Chattanooga. So many question marks about this Chattanooga team. Nobody really knows what to expect. That includes Ayman Zayed. He said that it's impossible to prepare for a squad like Chattanooga, given the amount of newcomers on the roster, new coaching staff, new philosophies, new tactics. He said the focal point all week has just been on themselves. Northern Colorado looking to get off to a fast start this season. It was a slow start a year ago. That really marred their postseason push. As here's Rendon taken off of it by Cardona. Rogers plays it through, looking for Rendon. And it's spun out of danger as Kraft keeps it in play. Thrown awarded to Chattanooga. Chattanooga, they've had a boatload of success in home openers. 4-0-1 all time in home openers for Chattanooga. Ammon got a chest on it. King upended and awarded a free kick. Quickly in the restart. There's Rendon, one of the newcomers for this team. Ayman Zayed said he wanted to see a little bit more pace, a little bit more ability from the wide areas. As Irvin Para, you want to talk about ability. A few better than him a season ago. He wins a corner kick. Para led this team 11 goals last year, 6th in USL League One. And early on, it is Arthur Rogers who trots to the corner flag. Take a look back at a Rodriguez family dentistry replay. Rogers, 9 assists a season ago. The reigning League One Defender of the Year. Hammond pops it right back to Rogers. Rogers whips it across. That's headed goalward, and Aviles got a fingertip on it. And that's one for Rogers that you just put it towards the net and hope for the best. That one could have ended up in the back of the net, in fact, if it wasn't for the hand of Aviles on a Rodriguez family dentistry replay. You could see Para impressed by that fingertip stop. Second corner in the early goings. Rogers plays one across, ball sneaks towards the back post. Couple of golden chances for Northern Colorado in the first 3.5 minutes. There's King, one of the newcomers on this roster, and he wins the 3rd corner kick in the first 4 minutes for Hailstorm. It is a 4-dealer corner kick. And it's Rogers to take it. 3rd corner in the early goings for Northern Colorado on a windy Saturday evening. Rogers sprays it centrally, again fisted out of there by Aviles. King slices through traffic. precarious spot. Stinks it through to Para. And Para taken off of it. Kick on the way for Chattanooga. They've been on their heels for the first 5 minutes of this one. A lot of pressure from Northern Colorado in that attacking third. And a whistle goes against Chattanooga. Fans, check out the new 2023 Chattanooga Red Wolves kit, along with t-shirts, scarves, novelty items, and so much more by visiting ChattanoogaRedWolves-SC.com. And a whistle as the offside flag is raised. So much excitement for the start of the new season. Both of these managers echoing that sentiment, just the energy in their respective dressing rooms, especially for Chattanooga, because there was so much unknown, at least from the outside. You talk to head man Ziggy Kuratowski in his first season in charge. He is high on his squad's chances this year as Ammon paces forward for Northern Colorado. Ammon knocks it centrally, and Cardona is there to boot it away. Stays with Hailstorm. There's Oprah. The Nigerian has it taken away. Oprah wins it in the air. Ball ricochets to the foot of Varela. Walter Varela knocks it ahead, a foot race. And no trouble for Lalo Delgado. His first appearance for Northern Colorado, spent last 3 seasons in USL Championship with Las Vegas Lights, and most recently Phoenix Rising. Just one appearance for Phoenix Rising a season ago. Here's a lovely ball. Aviles races out and does just enough to nick it away. Aviles, dangerous back pass. Able to work it out of that back end. And a change of possession to the midfield. It's King who races ahead. Knocks it wide. Ammon with space. Ammon, a low roller, and another stop by Carlos Aviles, who says, guys, let's settle down here. See a lovely ball, just tapped wide. It was Jackson Dietrich on the feed. And Ammon, who scored 5 goals last year, continues to find himself in some dangerous areas. From Colorado, there were no shortage of chances for them last year. They were second in this league in expected goals. However, just 4th in the league in goals scored. That's a gap that Ayman Zayed really wants to close, and that was one of the big things that they addressed in the offseason. Signed 5 forwards. Mainly players who will work that wide area. Of course, they have Para centrally up front. Meanwhile, the lion's share of this Chattanooga roster, brand new. Ziggy Kuratowski said one of the big things for him has just been building trust, building relationships with his newcomers. Wants this squad to be a team that makes the city proud. feels Chattanooga can really become the spotlight of League One as Cardona finds some green to work with. McLeod, his first pro appearance in 3 years, works it ahead, now wide out to Kraft. Kraft, one-on-one with Rogers. Cardona. Paez, Enriquez now. Enriquez marked by Cornwall. Cardona works it centrally, and it's tapped out of there, and Rendon boots it out of the back third. Now a foot race, Ammon angling on Williams, and Ammon goes down, and it will be a booking. Mikhail Williams, one of the newcomers on this team, and he has been shown a yellow. The Tennessee Highway Safety Office yellow card as you get a look at our Rodriguez Family Dentistry replay. And Mikhail Williams spent the last 2 years in USL Championship with Pittsburgh Riverhounds. He was shown a yellow early in his Red Wolf debut. See him wearing the captain band just shows the respect his teammates have for him, the leadership he brings, such an experienced player in the back end who spent 2 seasons in MLS with Colorado Rapids. It's Rogers on the set piece. Twirling ball headed centrally. Nick Lau ends it out of the 18. And Kraft gets a toe on it. A foot race now. Here's the speed. Kraft wins it back. Has Malongo centrally, one of the paciest players in the league. And Rogers lifts it airborne. Delgado able to haul it in. Ammon was looking for Para. Not quite at the same page. It's a beautiful venue here at CHI Memorial Stadium. But 1,000 new seats added in the offseason as they play on. Also added a multi-story bar called the Howl, really making this a premier destination, not just in Chattanooga, but for soccer fans all around the region. Enriquez, back to Nick Law, his first professional match in 3 seasons. Last time he played as a pro was, in fact, with Chattanooga back in 2020. Member of the Guam national team since 2012, anchoring that back line. Cardona. Paez, homegrown talent out of the Red Wolf Academy. Long ball lifted towards Kraft. Header won by Cornwall. And settled by Rogers. Turnover in the midfield. The foot of Kwakwa. And Kwakwa tripped up the Ghanaian midfielder, first Ghanaian player in Northern Colorado history. Quickly in the restart to Rogers. Room to send in across. Rogers lofts it backside. Settle down. Tapped out, a distance blast. Is well off target, did not take a deflection. Coca-Cola is the exclusive soft drink of the Chattanooga Red Wolves.
me preguntó si tengo muchas novias. Muchas novias, hoy tengo a una, mañana a otra, ey, pero no hay boda. Titi me preguntó si tengo muchas novias, muchas novias, hoy tengo a una, mañana a otra, me las voy a llevar a todas pa' un VIP, ey, saluden a Titi, vamos a tirarnos un selfie, 6 chis, ey, que sonrían las que ya les metí en un VIP, ey, saluden a Titi, vamos a tirarnos un selfie, 6 chis, que sonrían las que ya se olvidaron de mí. Me gustan mucho las Gabriela, las Patricia, las Nicole, la Sofía, mi primera novia en Kinder María y mi primer amor se llamaba Talía. Tengo una colombiana que me escribe todos los días y una mexicana que ni yo sabía, otra en San Antonio que me quiere todavía y las de PR que toditas son mías, una dominicana que juega bombón, la de Barcelona que vino en avión y dice que mi bicho está cabrón. Yo dejo que jueguen con mi corazón, quisiera mudarme con todas por la mansión. El día que me cose te envío la invitación, muchacho, deja eso. Ey, Titi me preguntó si tengo muchas novias, hoy tengo una, mañana otra, ey, pero no hay boda. Titi me preguntó si tengo muchas novias, ey, muchas novias, hoy tengo una, mañana otra, Titi me preguntó.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Optum Sports Medicine Field at Tormenta Stadium, home of the 2022 USL W League and 2022 USL League One champions. Tonight's match features the Charlotte Independents taking on your South Georgia Tormenta FC in our 2023 home opener presented by Kids World Learning Center. Fans, on behalf of South Georgia Tormenta FC and the United Soccer League, we are committed to creating a safe, comfortable, and enjoyable soccer experience for all guests in and around our stadiums. Fans are encouraged to cheer, sing, and otherwise support their team while remaining respectful and courteous to their fellow patrons, referees, opposing team fans, and players. The USL and its clubs thank you for adhering to the provisions of the Code of Conduct and for making this event special and memorable to you and your fellow patrons.
Ni en mí mismo confío. Si quieres quedarte, hoy que hace frío y mañana te vas. Muchas quieren mi baby, quieren tener mi primogénito, ey, y llevarse el crédito. Ya me aburrí y quiero un totito inédito. Uno nuevo. Hazle caso a tu amiga, ella tiene razón. Yo voy a romperte el corazón, Ey, no te enamores de mí, Sorry, yo soy así, ey, no sé por qué soy así. Hazle caso a tu amiga, ella tiene razón. Yo voy a romperte el corazón, No te enamores de mí, Sorry, yo soy así, yo quiero ser así.
Flying Hollywood chicks to my Hollywood shows. And I wanna tell you something that you probably should know. This that slumdog millionaire Bollywood flow. And my real friends never hearing from me. Fake friends write the wrong answers on the mirror for me. That's why I pick and choose, I don't get you confused. I got a small circle, I'm not with different crews. We walk the same path, we got on different shoes. Live in the same building, but we got different views. I got a couple cars I never get to use. Don't like my women single, I like my chicks in twos. And these days all the girls is down the road. I hit the strip club and all them bitches find a pole. Plus I've been sipping, so this shit is moving kinda slow. Just fresh train. Yes, I'm in the building, you just on the list of guest names. And all of my riders do not give a X games. Guns turn you boys into sex change. And I smoke till I got chest pains. And you just know I rep my game like Jesse James. Women are possessive, and they wanna possess Wayne. I've been fly so long I fell asleep on the plane. Skinny pants and some Vans. Call me Triple A, get my advance in advance. Amen. As the world spinning, dance in my hands. Life is a beach, I'm just playing in the sand. Wake up and smell 'em. You can't see me, but never overlook me. I'm on the paper trail, it ain't no telling where it took me. Yeah, and I ain't the killer, but don't push me. Tell me how you love it. You know you at the top, but on the heavens right above it. We own. It's young money. If you ain't running with it, run from it. Alright, now somebody show somebody in this book. And the Academy's with me like some honey in this book. I got my moon in my boom purse, and I don't bust back because I shoot fire. How do you say what's never said? Beautiful black woman, I bet that the better red. Limping off tour cause I made more on my second leg. Birdman Junior, 11th grade. Fall on automatic start. I can hand it to Drake or do a quarterback draw. Wildcat offense, check the paw prints. We in the building, it's in apartments. Now come on, be my blood donor. Flow so nice, you ain't gotta put a rug on her. Do it big, let the small fall under that. And where you stumble at, from where they make gumbo at. Ain't got the me jumping like a jumping jack. You know me, I get on this bitch and have a heart attack. Hip hop, I'm the heart of that. Nothing short of that. President Carter, young money Democrat. Tell me how you love it. You know you at the top, but on the heavens right above it. We own. It's young money. If you ain't running with it, run from it. Alright, now somebody show somebody in this book. And the Academy's with me like some honey in this book. So good. And I got my gun in my boom purse, and I don't bust back because I shoot fire. Love is only true in fairy tales, and for someone else.
Tormenta FC is proud to thank Optum Sports Medicine and Optum Orthopedics for serving as the official health providers of Tormenta FC. We are also proud to recognize the Island Statesboro, located at 104 Aruba Avenue, as our official housing provider. We want to thank all of the groups here in attendance for tonight's match. Thank you to Portal Middle High School Boys and Girls Soccer, Maui Wowie Smoothies, Rehoboth Baptist Church, Georgia Police K-9 Foundation. Looking to bring your group, business, or organization out to a match? Visit tormentafc.com/group for more information.
What's the use in trying? All you get is pain. When I needed sunshine, I got rain. Oh, and I saw her face. Now I'm a believer.
USL Academy Cup presented by Puma is coming soon, from March 30th to April 2nd. The best young talent in America will compete to determine the top academy team in the USL. The USL Academy presented by Puma is developing the future of soccer in America. Go to usl-academy.com for more information.
Welcome to Statesboro, Georgia, nestled in the plains of Peach Country. It's the unlikely home of American soccer silverware. And tonight, Tormenta FC begin their home campaign to defend it. It's the champions from South Georgia taking on the challengers, the Independents of Charlotte. Well, we are one game into the season here at Optimum Sports Medicine Field. And it is the home debut for a team that got 3 points already on the road when they took down NCFC. So a lot of these numbers are being filled in tonight with other teams.
It is an event. I think you've seen that firsthand, both at the collegiate level and professionally, coaching Antigua and Guatemala. At one point led them to a 27-match home unbeaten streak. He's a well-traveled man. He says each and every one of his experiences have been remarkably formative as Aviles shows off the footwork. Approaching the final 5 minutes of this first half. Rogers loops ahead. Over the air by Williams. And Parra goes down. And Parra, the one whistled for the foul. Irvin Parra holding that right calf. Let's take a closer look at this. You can see Parra. He was the one who kicked Enriquez. Now back on his feet, good to see. What a special talent he is. And the remarkable thing about him, he scored 11 goals last year. Ayman Zayed said that was just okay for Irvin Parra. He feels he can do significantly better than that. He should be scoring 15 or more goals. Parra, who's really settled in Northern Colorado, just signed a 2-year extension in December. Cornwall, a rare mishap with his head. Chattanooga looking for a strong finish to this first 45. Lalo Delgado, he hasn't seen much action, if any. His Northern Colorado debut starting today with the keeper who we expect to see as the starter, but hey, who knows? Johan Peñaranda, he is suspended in this match due to a red card that he picked up in the 2022 season finale. Malongo surges ahead, Oprah behind him, and Oprah, strong tackle. From a disadvantaged spot there. And a trip just shy of the midline. These two teams met 3 times last season, which was, of course, the first year these two squads met, with Northern Colorado. They just its second year of existence. 1-1-1 record. Supra tries to switch fields. Well played by Varela. And he finds Kraft. Very north-south player in Kraft. Varela switches wide. Varela taken down by Ammon. Free kick awarded. See Ammon Zayed, who was very familiar with this pitch. Spent time playing in Chattanooga as a part of an 18-year playing career. Played both for club and country, represented Libya and Ireland on the international stage. Just initial indications of just 1 minute of added time. It has been a fairly free-flowing first 45 minutes of action. Para lifts ahead, contact edge of the 18. They play on multiple bodies in the deck. Enriquez rolls through, finds Varela. Varela, one-time cross, bounces untouched, and now settled by Kraft. Cardona eyes one up, a blast from distance, parried away. First save of the night for Lalo Delgado on a knuckleball effort from Nicolas Cardona. And it is just 1 minute of added time. Walter Varela, first year with this club. Spent time with Ziggy Koratowski with Albi in San Diego. That was a big reason why he wanted to come here. Followed his head coach. Here's Rogers. Shovels wide for Rendon. Back to Rogers. Rogers pops one across. Ammon in disbelief that he couldn't tuck that one home. The dangerous moments, they've been there to some degree for Northern Colorado, and a lot of them have been unsurprisingly created by Arthur Rogers, who set a League One record last season with 80 chances created. Just awaiting the whistle from our official, and that will wrap up the first 45 minutes of action. Benjamin Mayer has seen enough in the first half. No goals, 0-0. Some solid action, though, in the first 45 minutes of play between Northern Colorado and Chattanooga Red Wolves. These sides opening up their respective seasons here in Tennessee, looking to pick up some points to start off 2023. 0-0 is the score as we enter the halftime break. Make sure to stick with us for our coverage of this match and a look around USL League One. Halftime brought to you by Star Community Builders. Back after this on ESPN+.
I need to try.
Wise men say only fools rush in, but I can't
future is in these foothills. The world's fastest internet from EPB is in homes from Hickson to Highland Park. In classrooms from East Lake to East Brainerd. And in reach of those striving to learn more, be more, achieve more. The future is here with fiber optic speeds up to 25 gigs, only from EPB.
There's a beat in all of us. It drives us, it inspires us, and it pushes us through. It is there in preparation, it is there in battle, it is there in defeat and success. It's the engine, it's our God. And this beat is my own. This beat is how I live. And this is how I hydrate. Body Armor Sport Water, hydration for athletes.
By Star Community Builders. 0-0 is the score. Chattanooga Red Wolves and Northern Colorado Hailstorm opening up their respective 2023 seasons. No goals to show between these two squads. And while these two teams are opening up their season tonight, USL League One, it got underway last weekend. Let's take a look back at our Week 1 highlights in USL League One. And we start with a border battle. Charlotte Independence, Richmond Kickers opening up the season. A sun-soaked day last Saturday in the Queen City of Charlotte, North Carolina. This was the only shot on target the entire match for Richmond Kickers. Nearly a mishap by as solid of a keeper as you'll ever find in League One, Akira Fitzgerald. He was busy early, busy often. You can see him in net right there, making a solid save. The back post. He kept a shutout, turned away 5 shots from Charlotte Independence. 0-0, the final score in that matchup. A point apiece for Charlotte Independence and Richmond Kickers. Here was the interesting one. This is one people are saying might become a rivalry. The two newcomers to the league, one Knoxville and Lexington. All right, so we start things off early on. 17th minute, Jimmy Villalobos, a penalty kick. That got the party started for one Knoxville. And then just 11 minutes later, another takedown inside the 18, and again a point to the spot. Don Smart, an instant answer. 28th minute, tucks it home. 1-1 is the score. 40th minute, set piece magic. One Knoxville, one win, and it's Jake Keegan who puts it home. Jake Keegan in the 40th minute, the game-winning goal. That was the difference in this matchup. 2-1, the final. One Knoxville wins, and its first ever match. And hey, Jake Keegan, he knows a thing or two about scoring in season openers. Let's take a look at this. His last 5 seasons, what he's done for his team, scoring in opening matches. Did it in Greenville, did it in Madison, did it in Greenville again last season, and then in 2023 does it for one Knoxville. His debut for the club. He's a guy who makes an impact early on in seasons, played a critical role in one Knoxville's victory over Lexington. I think that's going to be a very fun rivalry to watch moving forward. Of course, two teams located relatively close geographically. And the two newcomers in the league, of course, always a special tie-in in that regard. But Jake Keegan, he was the difference maker last Saturday, as he has been so many times throughout his career in Week 1 of USL League One. So Jake Keegan, the game-winning goal for one Knoxville. There in the win column, that'll look back at Week 1 in USL League One. Now it is Week 2 in the league. These two teams opening things up, 45 minutes left to go. Halftime brought to you by Star Community Builders. Back after this on ESPN+.
I drink and drive all the time.
Sir, you've been in a serious crash. I need you to hang on, okay? What's your name, sir? Where you are right now?
We all have goals. But let's be honest. Most of us aren't going to be professional athletes. But if your goal is to finish your degree, we can help. Come to a university that puts your goals first. Bellevue University, your partner in finishing goals.
Oh, that one a good strike, and he finds the back of the net.
For Ownby. Ownby cuts it back. Ownby's cross to the back post. Dead! How about that start from Louisville City?
Halftime is brought to you by Star Community Builders. Their newest development, the Tennessee Gateway, features CHI Memorial Stadium. Here in Chattanooga, John Gross with you. 0-0 is the score between these two squads. And hey, USL League One is back. So let's take a look around the league, some news and notes in the league. What has been an interesting start to the year so far. We talked about Akira Fitzgerald's earlier. His 100th regular season appearance, the Japanese keeper, so seasoned, so talented, year in, year out, one of the best keepers in League One. And hey, international play going on right now. CONCACAF Gold Cup qualifying. 5 players in League One playing for their respective nations. And as we saw before, a rivalry is born. One Knoxville, Lexington. Those two teams playing for a whiskey barrel and bourbon bottle from a distiller. That's a fun rivalry that we're going to see for years to come. Here's a look at our Week 1 Team of the Week, and as you see, only a handful of teams represented because only a handful of teams actually played, but it is Jamie Villalobos who is our Player of the Week, presented by eFootball. He scored that penalty kick goal at a stellar performance in the midfield for his One Knoxville side, which opened up its club tenure with a big 2-1 victory in that rivalry against Lexington. Had a look at our USL League One Team of the Week. Here's a look at our upcoming schedule across the league. We have one more match tomorrow afternoon, Union Omaha, Forward Madison, 2 rabid fan bases. That's going to be a fun one. And then we look ahead to April Fool's Day, a jam-packed day of League One action with 4 matches being played. And you better get your split screens going because a lot of those matches overlap with each other. So plenty of action to watch on April 1st. All of those matches can be seen live on ESPN+. Well, for our match tonight here in Chattanooga, we have yet to see a goal. Will that change over the final 45 minutes? You can find out next. Stick with us on ESPN+.
I need to try.
The future is in these foothills. The world's fastest internet from EPB is in homes from Hickson to Highland Park. In classrooms from East Lake to East Brainerd. And in reach of those striving to learn more, be more, achieve more. The future is here with fiber optic speeds up to 25 gigs, only from EPB.
There's a beat in all of us. It drives us, it inspires us, and it pushes us through. It is there in preparation, it is there in battle, it is there in defeat, and success. It's the engine, it's our guide. And this beat is my own. This beat is how I live. And this is how I hydrate. Body Armor Sport Water, hydration for athletes.
Wise men say only fools rush in, but I can't help falling in love with you.
Welcome back into CHI Memorial Stadium. John Gross with you. 0-0 is the score here in Chattanooga. These two squads have yet to break through, and we didn't see a whole lot of action, but some solid moments in the first 45 minutes of action. Let's take a look back at the first half that was. We start things off in the 3rd minute. Early on, there was a barrage of chances in the first couple of minutes. 3 corner kicks in the first 5 minutes for Chattanooga. This ball from Arthur Rogers just snuck over the leaping head of Rob Cornwall. And you see the fingertip stop from Carlos Aviles. He was busy and he made a lot of stellar stops in it. Now it's Jackson Dietrich looking to get into the action. The follow up from Ammon, cleared away by Mikael Williams. Again, look back at this. There's the initial save from Aviles, and then Williams following up his keeper with a standout defensive effort. What do you know? Another corner kick for Northern Colorado. This one, the closest opportunity we've seen. Kick save from Carlos Aviles to keep things level. How about the service, though, from Arthur Rogers? He is as crisp as you'll find in League One. Ammon nearly rolls it home. Breck Evans nearly rolls it home. If that is a couple of inches to the left, that is in the back of the net, and this is 1-0. Then the 45th minute, best chance we've seen so far for Chattanooga. Searching ball across from Malongo. Kraft works it back to Cardona. And the only shot on target that we saw from Chattanooga Red Wolves, diving stop from Edward Lalo Delgado, the 6'3" goalkeeper who used every inch of that 6'3" frame to turn that shot away. Now we'll look at our first half stats, and yes, the possession was dominated by Chattanooga, but didn't have a whole bearing on opportunities. +5 in shots for Northern Colorado, +1 in terms of shots on target, and a relatively clean matchup. Just 1 yellow card in the first 45 minutes of action. Change for Chattanooga as Yair Paez heads out. It is Felipe Liborio Jr. who enters for Paez. Liborio spent the last 2 seasons with California United after 1 season playing in Mexico. Native of Chula Vista, California, making his Chattanooga Red Wolves debut. Chattanooga looking to remain unbeaten in home openers all time. They are 4-0-1. And away we go, 45 minutes in the books, 45 left to be played in the season opener for Chattanooga and Northern Colorado. So happy to have you all with us on ESPN+. So great to have USL League One back in our lives. It's been a long off season after a really exciting 2022. 2023 promises to be another epic season. Northern Colorado in the white kits, Chattanooga in the reds. They renovated and expanded CHI Memorial Stadium, added about 1,000 seats and a multi-tier bar, making this quite the atmosphere in Chattanooga. The Red Wolves hoping to provide their supporters with something to go crazy about. Chattanooga team with just 9 returning players, lost over half of its lineup from a season ago, 4 of its top 6 goal scorers, lost 3 all-league selections, and lost both head coaches that it had from a season ago. Ziggy Koratowski in charge of this Red Wolf club, his first year in League One. Meanwhile, Northern Colorado, a bit more of a known commodity. They return a lot of the key cogs for this team. Irvin Parra, Arthur Rogers, Rob Cornwall. And sprinkle in some new faces as well. Bruno Rendon, Billy King. A couple of the key attacking pieces that Ayman Zayed said they really focused on bringing in the offseason. Searching ball towards Kraft. Rolls over the end line. And another important thing that Ayman mentioned to me earlier in the week, the difference between the first half of the season for them last year and the second half of the season. First 15 matches, they were second to last in the league. In the second half of the season last year, they were one of the top teams in the league. They're trying to figure out ways to get off to a quicker start in this season, and it's so difficult to do when, once again, they're starting on the road for 7 consecutive matches this year after 6 in a row to start last season. Rendon tripped up. Point in his favor. Another free kick coming for the visitors. Rogers takes in the instruction from Ayman Zayed. Rogers, the most lethal set piece taker in League One. Ball in from Rogers. Knocked airborne. Para settles. Para ready to uncork. And it's booted out of the 18. Colorado last season finished tied for the final playoff spot, but lost the tiebreaker due to win differential. They want to get to that postseason. Meanwhile, Chattanooga made it all the way to the final a season ago, where Red Wolves lost to Tormenta. Runs up by Kraft. Dangerous feed, intercepted by Malongo. Varela is tripped up. Well, we see a card. Oh, it does not appear to be the case. Cardona and Williams, incredulous looks on their faces. Nothing shown from Benjamin Meyer. Here's Paoli. And Cardona gets rid of it. Through ball. Oh, great idea, looking for Kraft. And at the last second, it's Oprah who intercepts it. And now a whistle against Chattanooga. And that fires up the home faithful. Not pleased with Benjamin Meyer. Nicholas Seymour and Jonathan Smith are ARs. Sarah Gaddis, fourth official. There's King. Tries to circle free, taken off of it. Kraft now. Chattanooga opening up at home. And will play 3 consecutive home fixtures to open the season. As Malongo tries to work his way around Cornwall. Chattanooga fans pleading for a jersey grab. It will be a four-dealer corner kick. This is the first of the night for Chattanooga. And some jawing in front of the net. As Enriquez readies to take the corner. Chattanooga crowding the goal line as Enriquez has it teed up. First corner of the evening for Chattanooga is knocked down to there by Delgado, and now Delgado down. And a reach for the pocket, and it's a yellow card. Delgado slow to his feet. Get a closer look at this. See them crowding the goal line. Travis Nicklaw, the one who's been booked. So Nicklaw on a yellow, as is Mikkel Williams. Two pivotal players in this back line for Chattanooga with a yellow card. Kraft rolls wide, a foot race to it. And Cornwall boots it away. Possession maintained by Chattanooga. Searching ball, hops ahead, settled down by Rendon, and Rendon dispossessed. Cardona takes it away, right back to Parra. Irvin Parra centrally for Rendon, and again it's Cardona there to save the day. Cardona not once but twice. Oh, you can see there's the plead. They wanted the handball to no avail. Good idea from Parra to find his man centrally, but tough first touch there. Oprah, long toss. Rendon battles for it. Marked by two, and Rendon is whistled for the foul. There's Carlos Aviles, who has made a handful of stellar saves tonight. Hammond, well played by Nicklaw. Kraft. Haven't seen much from Chattanooga in the attacking half of the pitch, let alone the attacking third. We're going to change that here in the second half, though. Cardona, who has Team's lone shot on target. Liborio, a substitute we've seen from either squad so far. Varela tees it up from distance, and a skipper is hauled in by Delgado. Second save for Lalo Delgado. Approaching the hour mark. As Williams hooks up with Varela. Cardona rolls on, and Malongo upended multiple players in the deck. And here comes the yellow. They had played the advantage, and now Cornwall's been booked. Mael Malongo wincing in pain. There's another look. Oh, so yeah, multiple challenges there. But appeared to be some contact from Cornwall. And he has shown a yellow card, brought to you by Tennessee Highway Safety Office. The first signing in club history, Rob Cornwall, second-year captain. And now what amounts to be a short corner kick. Riley Kraft, the one with the honors. Enoch Kwakwa, the single-man wall in front of him. Riley Kraft at the hour mark, headed out of there. Chance to counter now for Northern Colorado. Miss hit ball by Parra. Enriquez. Varela, very active in that wide area, dances through traffic. Law finds Enriquez. Well played wide. Varela turns the corner. Varela chips centrally. Kraft trying to flick it goalward, just out of his reach. Parra turns into some space. Launches ahead. Rendon keeps it in play. Rendon with King making a late run. Parra tees up across. Parra beautifully placed. Dietrich rolls it goalward. Didn't hit it as well as he would have liked. Might have taken a deflection as well. That is routine for Aviles. Rogers dances centrally. Dietrich out wide. Those two just not at the same wavelength. So we've seen some action the last couple of minutes. We'll start with Chattanooga. As we take a look back at our Rodriguez family dentistry replay. Cross that came across the the 6, and just out of the reach of Kraft. And then at the opposite end of the pitch, Dietrich, tried to split the wickets of Nick Law. That did take a deflection. Made life very easy for Carlos Aviles. And now a change for Northern Colorado. One of the guys who can provide a spark on the attacking end, Stefan Lukic, enters for Trevor Amon. Lukic, second year with Northern Colorado, 2 goals in 25 matches a season ago. Came through the Partizan Academy in Belgrade. At one point was one of the hottest youth prospects in all of Europe. Here is a physical challenge, and a yellow card has been shown. Enoch Kwakwa, his Northern Colorado debut, has been booked. Ooh, hard challenge on Liborio. It is a Tennessee Highway Safety Office yellow card on Enoch Kwakwa. Spent last season with Charleston Battery. 19 appearances. The first Ghanaian player in club history. Brady, well played to Enriquez. Kraft, Brady gives it away. Rogers launches long, and Williams heads it out. There's a bit of contact there. Para shaking up. Let's watch closer. Para covering that face. Solid crowd for opening night, 3,059 packing CHI Memorial Stadium. Recently expanded, renovated, upgraded. You name it, they've done it. That ball was over the touchline, right in front of Ziggy Korotowski. Now a yellow card, and Arthur Rogers delayed the action by just kicking it away. Rogers has been booked, so the cards start to come out. Now 3 Northern Colorado players have been shown a yellow. Cornwall, Kwakwa, and now Rogers. It's a Tennessee Highway Safety Office yellow card. Coca-Cola is the official soft drink of the Chattanooga Red Wolves. Select, the official match ball supplier of the USL League One and many elite leagues throughout Europe. Visit www.selectsportamerica.com for the latest Select products, specials, and more. Select, the player's choice. Opening night of the 2023 season for these two clubs. New look Chattanooga squad, a slew of new players, the coaching staff, on the heels of a runner-up finish in the postseason last year. Best postseason finish in club history. Meanwhile, Northern Colorado, just the second year of its existence. Last year fell just short of the postseason. They were kept out on win differential. They were tied in points for the final spot. Laborio out wide now. Varela. Here's Paoli, former standout at UCLA, the powerhouse programs in NCAA men's soccer. Cardona. His feed taken away with ease by Kwakwa. Lukic, one of his first touches. Powerful player up front for this team. Out wide. Finds Rendon. Back to Lukic. And Aviles has another save. Third save of the night for Carlos Aviles. Brady kept it in. Rolls for Enriquez. Enriquez slices for Kraft. Kraft tees. And it ricochets out to Brady. Enriquez works free. Enriquez, you can see what he was trying to do there. Well played defensively, though. Kraft. Brady now. Rogers kicks out a feed, long effort. Alton, no trouble for Aviles. Just over 20 minutes remaining in the season opener for these two clubs. We talked earlier about how last year Northern Colorado struggled mightily in the early goings. That really put them behind the 8 ball. And despite a stellar second half to the season, they fell just short of the postseason. So Emin Zayed said they've done everything that they can to ensure a quicker start this year. Malongo, one of the newcomers in this roster. Malongo looking for Enriquez. Down he goes. Pretty good build up there for the speedy Malongo. Varela. Cardona. Hoping for options. Knocks it through. Varela stays on it. Varela cuts it back towards Kraft. And it's hit away. Marky Hernandez getting warmed up along the touchline for Northern Colorado, a returner for this club. Another former Chattanooga player, one of 3 on this roster, as Lukic dances. Wide for Rogers. Rogers, marked by Cardona. Rogers cuts back, whips in across. Aviles high points it. Lukic got up in his grill, no whistle. Here's Nick Law. Rolls onward, in stride for Laborio. Laborio central. Enriquez turned away. Knocks it back to Paoli. Varela. Cardona. Back to Laborio. Cardona, some breathing room, plays one across, and that skips wide. Not for a goal kick. Don't miss a minute of the action in 2023, whether your club is on the road or at home. Catch nearly every second of USL League One action on ESPN+, the home to the USL, MLS, La Liga, the Bundesliga, UFC, and more. Sign up today at plus.espn.com. '73rd minute, still scoreless here in Chattanooga. Marky Hernandez just entered for Northern Colorado. Crafty player in the midfield. Aaron Lombardi, ball on his feet. He just entered for Nicholas Cardona for Chattanooga. Lombardi, a returner for this team. Gifted away. Cross rolled in from Rendon. Comes out to Rogers. Arthur Rogers. Back to Rendon. Moves it off for Rogers. Little 1-2. Rogers once more. Rogers rolls centrally. Lukic turns and strikes. Comes off of Nick Law. Approaching the final 15 minutes. Oprah sprays it ahead. Williams wins it in the air. Looping feed over the top, off the foot of Parra, back to Rendon. Rendon, Lukic taps one more towards Hernandez, and it's broken up. Danger is built up off a really good long service. Parra plays one across towards Rendon. Able to keep it in play momentarily. All that Williams could do in that situation. And he sent it out for a corner. Fourth corner kick of the night for Northern Colorado. First corner in the second half, however. Corner kick brought to you by your local Ford dealer. It's Arthur Rogers to play it in. Short for Lukic. Back heel for Rogers. Rogers blasts it in on the second effort. Found the foot of Evans, who hoofs it over the crossbar. Again, promising play in this attacking third for Northern Colorado. Nice back heel by Lukic, and man, that one just blasted in from Rogers. Evans, he had that angle. Not an easy shot by any means. Off a half volley. High press nearly results in a takeaway. Instead, it's a phenomenal touch from Laborio into space. Numbers for Chattanooga. Malongo. Central feed, Varela. Varela with the left, bounces goalward, and a diving stop from Delgado. A moment of brilliance in the midfields for Laborio, making plays for his squad as we look back at our Rodriguez family dentistry replay. Varela able to change directions, and that took a deflection. You have to wonder if it didn't, how does that change things? But a pretty clear look at things otherwise. A lovely ball to Marky Hernandez. The substitute, Hernandez, works it centrally. Nick Law heads it out. Long toss inside the 18. Evans tees from distance, and it's batted down by Aviles. Williams on the foot of Malongo. Lombardi. Malongo. Lombardi running alongside him. There's Lombardi, who still making his way back from his sports hernia. Limited minutes today. They ease him back in. And a free kick on the way in a dangerous area. Enriquez dragged down from behind by Rendon. Is this the moment for Chattanooga Red Wolves? Grafton Enriquez, the duo alongside the ball. In the 80th minute. It is Enriquez who sends it goalward. Just off target from Christian Enriquez. Well hit ball here. He was peaking upper 90. Instead of goal kick. Enriquez is going to carry a lot of the load. He'll be the number 10 this season for Chattanooga. Ziggy Kuratowski very confident in his abilities, but that was one of the main questions that outsiders had of this club, as Rogers is fouled. Many people wondering who would occupy that 10 spot. Well, it is Enriquez. Rogers, his feet intercepted. Kraft tracks after it, stays with Oprah, however. Oprah muscles through traffic, and Kraft wins the battle. Flicked on towards Lukic. Williams again shovels it out of there. Rogers rolls over to Hernandez. Hernandez, central feed. Lukic, back to Rogers. Rogers cuts Lukic. Just out of the reach of his intended target. Space to work with Varela and company, and he overran it, but he was fouled from behind, and this will be another card. This time it's Jackson Dietrich who is shown yellow. Now the jersey pull from behind. Nortain or T on for Colorado. We got Kwakwa off. Changes for Northern Colorado as they look for that winning combination. It's Destan Normand who enters for Hailstorm. Riley Kraft comes off. Mo Espinoza, a familiar face, and a lethal attacking player heads on for Chattanooga, as does Siobhan Marsh. Siobhan Marsh entering, making his debut, the Jamaican international who's capped 5 times for Jamaica, 2 goals in his appearances. His debut for Chattanooga. So both teams inserting some attacking pieces. Oh, nifty spin by Liborio. Free kick on the way for Northern Colorado. And a match that in many ways reflects what you expect to see early on in a season. Not necessarily the built-up play that you would see come May or June. Connectivity not quite there just yet. But still time for one of these squads to break through and head out of here with 3 points. Ziggy Korotowski, you see him on the right side of your screen, suit and scarf. That is a phenomenal look as he is in his first match in charge of this Chattanooga squad. A lot of space to work with for Jackson Brady. Leaves it for the oh-so-dangerous Mo Espinoza. Howley offers for Liborio. Now Lombardi. Rolls onward. Lombardi finds the foot of Malongo. And a point to the corner flag. Christian Enriquez makes his trek to the flag. Chattanooga supporters can feel it. This perhaps one of the final moments for the Red Wolves. Corner kick brought to you by your local Ford dealer. Enriquez, low ball off the head of Para. Paco Craig leads Miami FC into Kentucky to face Josh Winder and the reigning Eastern Conference winners, Louisville City FC. Don't miss the start of the new season on the USL on ESPN Saturday, May 13th at 7 p.m. Eastern on ESPN2. Big-time matchup at the USL Championship level. We've had quite the match brewing here tonight. And we might have an exciting finish on the way. Final few minutes. Normand, his first touch of the evening. Normand stays on it, plays it back, a distance go. It is booted wide. Shot for Valentin Sabella, a newcomer in his USL League One debut. T well played defensively. Launched ball, flutters to Hernandez. Solid first touch. Steps over, tries to blow past Brady. Hernandez plays in a cross. Williams wins it in the air. He has been rock solid in the air defensively. And a tie-up between Espinoza and Hernandez. Nothing comes of it. Check that. Will be a foul. Espinoza lets one rip. Espinoza. Oh, you can see the idea, and he could score those goals. There's no doubt about it. Good awareness from Lalo Delgado. The 89th minute. Cornwall launches one long. Barney wins the header. Back heel. Sabella rolls centrally. Hernandez, just out of the reach of his intended target. And Hernandez has whistles for the foul. The 90th minute. Initial indications, 4 minutes of added time. Still ample time for one of these squads to break through. Quality of chances has probably favored Northern Colorado. We've seen Chattanooga at times with some moments. Hernandez wrestles his way free. Hernandez works it centrally. Comes off the foot of Nick Law. Kept to the final third by Parra. Prolific goal scorer. Parra lets it rip. And Aviles is there. Carlos Aviles, 90th minute save. Erasing the shot from Irvin Parra. It is in fact 4 minutes of stoppage time. Ayman Zayed, he said he wanted to return tonight, pick up a 1-0 win. And that's because in his debut as a member, as a player of Chattanooga, he scored the match winner in a 1-0 win in his home debut right here at CHI Memorial Stadium. He threw out Irvin Parra as the one to do it. Let's see if his dream scenario comes true in the waning moments. Parra controls. Parra taken down. And it's a foul against Irvin Parra. Look at our Rodriguez family dentistry replay. You can see the extension of that foot from Irvin Parra. Parra will carry a lot of the burden once again this season. He scored double-figure goals in all 7 of his full pro seasons that he's played. That includes 11 goals last year. Man with over 100 goals in his professional career. Cornwall Just forced to send it 4 rows deep. Gortowski hoping to open his tenure in Chattanooga with 3 points. Nick Law, long service. Throw into Chattanooga. Final minute of this season opener for these two clubs. And a throw in for Chattanooga. Espinoza just overcooked it to Brady. Northern Colorado club with a slew of ties to Chattanooga. 3 former players, the entire coaching staff played at one point or another for the Red Wolves. Aviles launches deep. Final moments of this one. Marsh wide for Lombardi. Lombardi looking to create some magic. Taken off of it. Still gifted time. Lombardi. And there is the whistle as it's played backwards. The Ziggy Gortowski era opens with a point for Chattanooga. 0-0 is the final score in this season opener between Chattanooga Red Wolves and Northern Colorado Hailstorm. Two head coaches exchange pleasantries. And it is time for our Save of the Match, brought to you by the Chattanoogan Hotel. 0-0 is the final, so of course the keepers loom large in this one. And here is the save of the match. This was a stellar play by Aviles, kick save, working it off the goal line. Trevor Ammon nearly tucked it in. Here's another look. Watch how close this one is to bouncing home. Carlos Aviles, a standout denial, as he has his first clean sheet of the season, and not a surprise, he is our man of the match tonight, brought to you by Timbercraft Whiskey. Carlos Aviles, 5 saves as his side exits the opener with a point. 0-0 is the final score. We will toss it to a break. When we get back, we'll put a bow on things here from CHI Memorial Stadium. Ziggy Gortowski and company. 0-0 the final here in Chattanooga. These two teams taking home a point apiece on this Saturday evening.
The future is in these foothills. The world's fastest internet from EPB is in homes from Hickson to Highland Park. In classrooms from East Lake to East Brainerd. And in reach of those striving to learn more, be more, achieve more. The future is here with fiber optic speeds up to 25 gigs, only from EPB.
Wise men say only fools rush in, but I can't help falling in love with you.
I need to try.
0-0 is the final score. Chattanooga Red Wolves, Northern Colorado Hailstorm open up their respective seasons with a point apiece. We'll take a look at our full match highlights brought to you tonight by CHI Memorial. We start things off in the 30th minute off a corner kick, and yeah, Northern Colorado, they had their fair share of chances on corner kicks. This was the closest either team came to scoring a goal tonight. Stellar save by Carlos Aviles. Off the ball in from Arthur Rogers, headed centrally by Rendon, and Breck Evans nearly rolled it home, but Aviles said no. We move on to the 45th minute now. This is one of the better chances for the home squad. Now watch Nicholas Cardona. He lets this thing rip from way outside the 18, and there was not much going on in the attacking end for Chattanooga in that first half, so that's a look that he'll take every single time. First shot on target of the match came at the 45th minute. First shot on target of the match for Chattanooga, I should say. Moving along to the 76th minute. Again off a set piece. The back heel from Lukic. In stride to Rogers. This was another solid opportunity off the volley, and again it is Evans who comes oh so close to burying one and giving Northern Colorado that 1-0 edge. Not able to convert. 77th minute now. Red Wolves at home. Can they find some magic late in this one? Varela, he had a pretty solid match today. Bouncing effort, took a deflection as he let it rip. That certainly impeded the path of what could have been a very challenging shot for Delgado to deal with in net. Nonetheless, 0-0 is the final in the season opener for these two squads. Now taking a look at our SmartBank's final match stats. As you see, 0-0 the score. Attacking-wise, Northern Colorado, they had the advantage, right? They had 13 shots, plus 1 in shots on target. But it was Chattanooga Red Wolves dominating possession as well. Northern Colorado had the edge in corner kicks. Either way, neither team able to find the back of the net. And such is the match. 0-0 is the final in the season opener. Again, those are full-time match stats brought to you by SmartBank. Well, League One is back in Chattanooga. The Ziggy Korotowski era is underway for the Red Wolves. These two teams battled hard, but eventually it was the defenses and the keepers that reigned supreme. As we exit today goalless, these two squads leave with a point apiece. I'm John Gross saying so long. This has been League One on ESPN+.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League League One cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the expressed written consent of the United Soccer League League One.